What's going on, guys? It's Danny from Slow Restoration, and we need to get the Bruce, the lifted Honda Civic, whatever you want to call it here. We're going to get it outside. We're going to do a once over, and we need to make some decisions with this thing. Obviously, there is the Chevy Love cab. The bed is actually over there. I don't have a front clip for it yet. I am looking for a front clip, but I read the comments. It seems to be roughly 50-50. It's just a mix of people that want to see the Civic fixed and functional, and people will say ditch it and put something else on it. Most people say agree and say the Love body. Others say something entirely different, but either way, let's get this thing outside, see how bad it is. We do know there are some major issues going on here, but let's just get it outside. We can get a better look at it, and I need to rearrange the shop anyway. All right, she's outside here. Let's just do a quick walk around, see what we have. Of course, it is, again, I don't know what year Civic this is, like an 05, 06, something like that. Honda Civic SI 2-door on a K5 Blazer frame, sitting on 44-inch boggers. It does have a 14 bolt in the back, a Dana 44 Ford rear in the front. It's got the right drop for the LS motor that's in it, so yes, it is LS swap. So this car takes sketchy to a new level. We'll pop the door open here, and as you can see, there's tons of stuff we need to clear out so we can even see exactly what we have. Steering column's laying on the driver's seat, and you can see the motor. There is no real firewall, so the motor is right there in the passenger compartment. So let's get into this thing a little bit more and see what we can make of it. We're climbing up on this giant 44-inch bogger. We did bungee cord the hood back so it stays open. And looking down on the motor, this is what we have. So it is a 5.3 that is, as far as I can tell, locked up. Scout doesn't seem to like the attention that it gets, and not him. He would take a belly rub 24 hours a day if you gave it to him. So obviously after the last video, like I said, I put a wrench on there. It doesn't seem to turn over, so I think the motor's just cooked. That's fine. We're not really interested in the 5.3 anyway, at least not this one. Same with the 4L60 trans. It's probably most likely fried and shot. So we do have in that black Escalade there is a 6-liter 4L65E that we're going to drop in this. I know a lot of people have commented which direction they wanted to see that, and that's what I wanted, or see this. Most people, like I said, 50-50 roughly want to see the Civic body go, and I'm kind of in agreement. The only issue I have with that is it's on there and it somewhat works. There is a roll cage in it for the time being, and like I said, it somewhat works. This thing also has kind of a presence to it. It's big, it's ugly, and people do know it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think the direction we're going to head with this, at least for now, is go ahead and swap that engine. No matter what we do, that'll already be in there. I think we're going to lose all of this factory wiring because it's just a rat's nest and doesn't really work proper. We'll probably end up doing a Holley EFI, probably the Terminator X system on this. Make it much simpler and much more tunable. Like I said, the drivetrain is a direct swap from that Escalade, so I should be able to just take and unbolt this stuff, get rid of it, bolt the new stuff in, and no matter what direction we go, we keep this Civic body, it's already there. If we lose it, then the motor and trans is already in this K5 Blazer frame. So either way, I don't think we can lose that way. And again, I think we're gonna actually just take and I'm just walking around so you can see it as we're going. in the trunk is very sketchy. Also, it doesn't latch for one, and it is actually the truck fuel tank just laying in there and hooked up, and that's what's running the motor. And the fuel sender is actually just floating. It's not even hooked into the tank. So very, very, very sketchy. A lot of that stuff needs to be fixed. But I don't want to go crazy, like I said, with the Civic body, because most likely eventually it's going to come off and we have that Chevy Love body we can put on it, or we can do something totally different and neat. But we'll get to that point eventually. For right now, like I said, I do think we're gonna continue with the Civic, just not get too crazy with it, and not try and work backwards at all if we do decide to lose the Civic body. So I think that's the direction we're gonna head for right now. The views seem to be, on the one video I've made so far, the views seem decent. So let's see if we can continue that for a little bit. Maybe be able to get a little bit of presence back with this thing, and then if we do swap it, people will know this vehicle, and maybe embrace the body change later. It's not like this Civic body is anywhere near mint. As you can see, it's been rolled. Steve rolled this thing several times, jumped it, ran over boats, stuff like that. So it's rough indeed. There is no door glass on either side anymore. The sunroof's busted out and the windshield's busted too. So as far as making this street legal, I'm not at all interested in trying to do that. It's definitely going to be an off-road vehicle for sure, no matter what direction we go with it. I am pretty excited about this project. I hope you guys are too, and I think we can actually I got a couple ideas to make this Civic setup like pretty memorable and awesome, all in the same thing. Some of them we're actually going to mock up right now. Before we even pull this motor out, I have some plans for the exhaust. Like I said, it doesn't really work the way it is. If we look under here, this side isn't horrible. This side points right at that drive shaft. But like I said, let's get into it. I think we can remedy that and make it kind of awesome in the same procedure. But yeah, it's out and we need to get on this. Spring is right around the corner, and if we're gonna have some fun with this, it needs to be at least running, driving, and usable. All right guys, we decided to jump into Isuzu here. And we're headed off to pick up a couple more parts. Of course, a marketplace purchase, and the Isuzu is doing exactly what we wanted it to do. Pick up these parts, make deliveries, we can resell, we can do whatever we need to do. We can use them for projects, but either way, we're in the Isuzu and we're headed out to pick up a couple things. We'll show you what it is when we get there, hopefully. And this isn't exactly what I planned on doing today, but sometimes you have to adapt and buy these things as they come up available. So we are on our way. By the way, we did do some maintenance stuff to this Isuzu. We did the main fuel filter and air filter. We do have the rest of the service for it. More filters and oil and all that kind of stuff. We just didn't have time today to get all that done, so let's motor on. Beautiful scenery here again. Cliffs with ice hanging down off of them. We're getting ready to go down across a bridge with a river, and this is the Susquehanna River. Railroad tracks down there. Beautiful. The sun is going to start getting pretty bad down through here. It's starting to set, but I have not been able to actually. I've been trying to do another video on the Civic. I just been getting pulled all over the place, picking up parts, running parts, buying, selling, just normal stuff that we do that just eats up your time, knocking a couple jobs out here and there. But anyway, we got part of a video in on the Civic, but we're gonna jump on that thing. I am pretty excited to get on it and get it actually running, drivable. Some of you may be disappointed I'm not gonna pull the Civic body off right away, but I think it's probably the best course of action for right now. Again, most likely later on we will pull that Civic body off and probably put the Chevy Love body on at this point, but we'll see what happens. It's obviously dark, but we did make it home, and I didn't want to leave you hanging with what we bought. So here it is, a set of axles. It's actually a Dana 44 Ford front rear and a Ford 9-inch. We got a killer deal on these, and something we just had to go pick up. These are good for swaps, the Dana 44 Ford rear, because of well, it's upside down right now, but the differential drops on the driver's side, which is what needs to be for like an LS swap. So either way, it's a Dana 44 and a Ford 9-inch. So that's what we got. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get as much done to the Civic as I thought I was going to be able to, but a lot more coming up with that. So stay tuned and get excited, because it's going to be it's already a pretty crazy build. It's going to get even more crazy. So thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.